Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Lynna and you can find me at scottishsunflower.com for private readings, classes, and more spiritual content. Thank you so much for joining me for today's midweek spirit messages. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. If at any point during this reading you feel called to explore your situation more deeply, I would be honored to work with you one-on-one. You can book a private reading through my website. Today I have 5 piles laid out before us. Take a moment to relax, take a deep breath, and allow your intuition to guide you. You may be drawn to a specific number immediately, or you may want to spend a few moments focusing on the piles and seeing which one calls to you the strongest. Once you've chosen your pile, simply scroll to your number and I'll reveal the message Spirit has for you. Let's get started. Pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1, Spirit's message this week is one of passion, patience through challenge, and reclaiming your inner power. While you may feel eager to rush toward your goals, Spirit reminds you that every obstacle has a purpose. What feels like a delay today is actually preparing you for something greater. Your cards are Knight of Wands, Nothiz, Ivy, and the Dark Lady. First, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is bold, adventurous, and full of fiery energy. This card represents movement, confidence, ambition, and the desire to pursue something that excites your soul. You may feel ready to begin a new relationship, launch a new business or creative project, travel or relocate. Take a leap of faith you've been considering for quite some time. However, the Knight of Wands can sometimes move so quickly that important details are overlooked. Spirit isn't telling you to slow down because you're on the wrong path. They're encouraging you to move with both passion and purpose. Your enthusiasm is one of your greatest strengths. Just remember to keep one eye on the road ahead. Next comes Nothiz and Ivy. Nothiz is the rune of necessity, endurance, and lessons learned through temporary hardship. It often appears when we're facing delays, frustrations, or circumstances we cannot immediately change. Rather than seeing these moments as punishment, Spirit asks you to view them as preparation. Ivy beautifully complements this rune. Ivy doesn't grow overnight. It climbs patiently, adapting to every surface it encounters. It survives storms, finds new paths around obstacles, and continues growing no matter how long the journey takes. Together, Nothiz and Ivy remind you, obstacles are not the end of your story. Patience is building lasting strength. Persistence will accomplish far more than rushing. Keep growing, even when progress feels slow. Finally, we have the Dark Lady. The Dark Lady is often misunderstood because of her name, but her energy is deeply transformative rather than fearful. She represents mystery, intuition, feminine wisdom, hidden truths, and the parts of ourselves that are waiting to be acknowledged and embraced. She invites you to explore your inner world. Are there fears you've been avoiding? Old wounds that still need healing? Dreams you've talked yourself out of pursuing? The Dark Lady encourages you to stop seeking every answer outside yourself and begin trusting the wisdom already living within you. Sometimes growth happens quietly, beneath the surface, long before anyone else can see it. The overall message for pile number 1. The Knight of Wands says your passion is real. Nothiz reminds you that temporary delays are shaping your future. Ivy teaches resilience and steady growth. The Dark Lady asks you to trust your intuition and embrace the deeper transformation taking place within you. This feels like a week where Spirit is asking you not to become discouraged if things aren't happening as quickly as you'd hoped. Your momentum hasn't been lost. It is simply being refined. Spirit's message for you this week is this: keep moving toward what sets your soul on fire, but don't fear the pauses along the way. Every challenge is strengthening you. Every delay is teaching you, and your intuition will illuminate the next step when the time is right. Trust yourself. You are becoming exactly who you're meant to be. Pile number 2. If you chose pile number 2, Spirit's message this week is one of awakening, trusting your intuition, and embracing a profound personal transformation. You may feel as though you're standing between who you used to be and who you're becoming. While the future may still seem uncertain, Spirit assures you that you are being guided every step of the way. Your cards are the Moon, Kenaz, Horny Goatweed, and the Singer of Transfiguration. First, we have the Moon. The Moon is the card of intuition, dreams, mystery, and the subconscious. It often appears when things are not yet fully revealed, or when you're being asked to trust your inner knowing rather than relying solely on logic. This card may indicate hidden truths coming to light, heightened intuition or psychic awareness, vivid dreams or meaningful synchronicities, emotional healing and releasing old fears. The Moon reminds you that not everything needs to be understood immediately. Just because you can't see the entire path doesn't mean you're lost. Sometimes Spirit only illuminates the next few steps so you'll learn to trust the journey. Next comes Kenaz and Horny Goatweed. Kenaz is the rune of illumination, inspiration, and creativity, knowledge, and the sacred flame that burns away confusion. It represents the light that appears after a period of uncertainty. Horny Goatweed symbolizes vitality, passion, confidence, and renewed life force. While it's often associated with physical energy, spiritually it speaks of reigniting your enthusiasm, creativity, and motivation. Together, these two cards suggest that clarity is coming. The answers you've been searching for may arrive suddenly, through a conversation, a dream, an intuitive feeling, or simply a moment where everything finally makes sense. Spirit is relighting your inner fire and reminding you of the gifts you've always possessed. Finally, we have the Singer of Transfiguration. The Singer of Transfiguration is one of profound change and spiritual evolution. This being represents transformation at the soul level, the kind of change that alters not only your circumstances, but also your perspective, your purpose, and your understanding of yourself. This card often appears when you're stepping into a higher version of yourself. Old beliefs or identities are falling away. Your spiritual gifts are expanding. You're being prepared for a new chapter that aligns more closely with your soul's purpose. Transformation isn't always comfortable, but it is often beautiful. Just as a butterfly cannot emerge without leaving the cocoon behind, you are being invited to release what no longer fits, so something greater can emerge. The overall message for pile number 2. The Moon asks you to trust your intuition, even when the answers aren't obvious. Kenaz lights the path ahead and reminds you that clarity is coming. Horny Goatweed restores your confidence, passion, and creative energy. The Singer of Transfiguration reveals that you are in the middle of a powerful spiritual awakening and personal transformation. This pile carries the energy of rebirth. While you may feel uncertain today, Spirit wants you to know that you're not becoming someone different. You are becoming more fully yourself. Spirit's message for you this week is this: trust the wisdom that rises from within. Allow yourself to release old fears, welcome the light of new understanding, and embrace the transformation unfolding in your life. The person you're becoming is stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true purpose than ever before. Pile number 3. If you chose pile number 3, Spirit's message this week is one of breakthrough truth and paying close attention to the signs around you. You are entering a period of mental clarity where confusion begins to lift and the answers you've been seeking become much easier to recognize. Spirit is encouraging you to trust both your intellect and your intuition. Your cards are Ace of Swords, Initiation, Amanita, and Mike the Myomancer. First, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords represents truth, clarity, new ideas, honest communication, and breakthroughs. This card often appears when a fog is beginning to clear, allowing you to finally see a situation for what it truly is. You may experience a powerful realization, an important conversation, a decision that brings peace of mind, a fresh perspective that changes everything. The Ace of Swords also encourages you to speak your truth. Sometimes the greatest freedom comes from saying what needs to be said with honesty, compassion, and confidence. Next comes Initiation and Amanita. Initiation represents stepping across a spiritual threshold. It marks the beginning of a new phase of learning, growth, or awakening. You are no longer the same person you were a short time ago, and Spirit is inviting you to embrace this next chapter with an open heart. Amanita, the sacred mushroom, has long been associated with altered awareness, spiritual insight, mystery, and expanded consciousness. Symbolically, it reminds us that there is often more happening beneath the surface than we can immediately perceive. Together, these cards suggest that your understanding is expanding. You may begin seeing patterns that you overlooked before, gaining deeper insight into your relationships, your purpose, or the direction your life is taking. This is less about acquiring new information and more about seeing familiar things with awakened eyes. Finally, we have Mike the Myomancer. Mike the Myomancer is the fairy who notices the tiny details everyone else overlooks. His message is simple: small clues, details, patience. The messages are everywhere. Spirit is encouraging you to slow down enough to notice repeating numbers, unexpected conversations, dreams and symbols, animal encounters, synchronicities that seem too perfect to be coincidence. The answer you're seeking may not arrive in one dramatic revelation. Instead, it may unfold through a series of subtle signs that gradually point you in the right direction. Mike reminds you that wisdom often hides in the smallest details. The overall message for pile number 3, the Ace of Swords, brings truth and mental clarity. Initiation tells you that you're entering a new level of spiritual understanding. Amanita expands your awareness and invites you to see beyond appearances. Mike the Myomancer reminds you that Spirit is communicating with you constantly. You simply need to notice the clues. This pile feels incredibly intuitive. You may have been asking Spirit for guidance, and the response is, we've already been answering you. Slow down and pay attention. Spirit's message for you this week is this: trust the truth that is unfolding before you. Keep your mind open, your heart receptive, and your eyes attentive to the small signs that appear throughout your day. The breakthrough you've been waiting for isn't far away. It has already begun, one clue at a time. Pile number 4. If you chose pile number 4, Spirit's message this week is one of generosity, balance, meaningful connections, and recognizing the blessings that flow when we both give and receive with an open heart. This is a beautiful reminder that life is not meant to be lived alone. The support, kindness, and opportunities you seek may already be making their way toward you. Your cards are Six of Pentacles, Gabo, Orchid, and the Fairy Godmother. First, we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is the card of generosity, reciprocity, gratitude, and balance. It speaks of the natural flow of giving and receiving. This card may indicate financial blessings or unexpected assistance, someone offering guidance or support, a reminder to accept help without guilt, a time when your own generosity will create lasting blessings. Spirit reminds you that abundance is not just about money. Sometimes the greatest gifts come in the form of encouragement, friendship, opportunities, wisdom, or simple acts of kindness. If you've been feeling like you've been giving more than you've been receiving, this card suggests that the scales are beginning to balance. Next comes Gabo and Orchid. Gabo is the rune of gifts, partnership, generosity, and sacred exchange. It represents relationships built on mutual respect and reminds us that the healthiest connections are those where both people contribute equally. The orchid symbolizes beauty, grace, refinement, love, and something precious that flourishes when it is properly nurtured. Together, these cards encourage you to value the relationships in your life that are built on trust, appreciation, and genuine affection. Spirit may also be reminding you that you are a gift. Don't underestimate what you bring into the lives of others through your kindness, wisdom, and presence. Finally, we have the Fairy Godmother. The Fairy Godmother arrives as a symbol of blessings, guidance, protection, and unexpected miracles. She often appears when help is arriving from places you didn't anticipate. Sometimes that help comes through another person. Sometimes it comes through Spirit opening a door that you couldn't have opened yourself. The Fairy Godmother reminds you to remain open to receiving. Many people find it easy to give but much harder to accept help when it's offered. This card gently encourages you to let others bless you just as you have blessed them. She also reminds you that small acts of kindness can create life-changing ripples. The overall message for pile number 4, the Six of Pentacles, reminds you that abundance grows through generosity and balance. Gabo teaches that the greatest gifts are often found within healthy relationships and meaningful partnerships. The orchid encourages you to appreciate your own unique beauty and worth. The Fairy Godmother assures you that loving guidance and unexpected blessings are surrounding you, even if you cannot yet see them. This pile carries a very nurturing energy. It feels as though Spirit is saying you don't have to carry everything by yourself anymore. Allow yourself to receive the same love, support, and compassion that you so freely offer to others. Spirit's message for you this week is this: open your heart to both giving and receiving. Trust that the universe is bringing the right people, opportunities, and blessings into your life at exactly the right time. Sometimes the miracle you've been praying for arrives wearing the face of someone simply offering to help. Pile number 5. If you chose pile number 5, Spirit's message this week is one of love, sacred partnerships, gratitude, and recognizing the blessings that have been growing quietly in your life. This pile has a beautiful, gentle energy. Whether this is about romance, friendship, family, or your relationship with Spirit, you are being reminded that love is one of the greatest forces for transformation. Your cards are the Two of Cups, Blot, Myrrh, and the Lady of the Harvest. First, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is one of the most beautiful relationship cards in the tarot. While many people immediately think of romance, this card is really about connection, harmony, trust, and mutual respect. This could represent a romantic relationship growing stronger, a meaningful friendship, a business partnership, reconciliation after a misunderstanding, or even finding peace within yourself. Spirit is reminding you that the healthiest relationships are built on equality. This is a card of meeting each other halfway, communicating honestly, and creating a bond that nourishes both people. Next comes Blot and Mirror. Blot is the rune of sacred offerings, gratitude, blessings, and honoring your relationship with the divine. It reminds us that when we approach life with gratitude, we create space for even greater blessings to enter. Myrrh has been used for centuries in sacred ceremonies for purification, healing, protection, and spiritual devotion. It speaks of wisdom gained through experience and reminds us that even painful seasons can become sacred teachers. Together, these cards invite you to pause and reflect. Look at how far you've come. Think about the lessons you've learned. Offer gratitude, not only for the blessings that have arrived, but also for the challenges that shaped you into the person you are today. There is something incredibly healing about this combination. Spirit is asking you to release what no longer serves your heart and make room for deeper peace and connection. Finally, we have the Lady of the Harvest. The Lady of the Harvest is the embodiment of abundance, fulfillment, gratitude, and receiving the rewards of your efforts. She reminds us that every season has its purpose. There is a time to plant, there is a time to nurture, and there is a time to gather the harvest. Spirit is showing me that many of you are entering a season where you'll begin seeing the results of everything you've been working toward. Perhaps it's in your relationships, your spiritual growth, your career, or your personal healing. The important thing is not to overlook the blessings that are already present while waiting for the next one. Gratitude multiplies abundance. The overall message for pile number 5. The Two of Cups reminds you that love and connection are meant to be mutual. Blot encourages you to live with gratitude and remember the sacredness of your journey. Myrrh brings healing, peace, and spiritual wisdom. The Lady of the Harvest assures you that your patience and dedication are beginning to bear fruit. This pile feels like Spirit wrapping you in a warm embrace and saying, "Look around you. There is more love, more abundance, and more beauty in your life than you've been giving yourself credit for. Celebrate your progress. Honor your relationships. Receive the blessings that are being offered to you. Because your harvest is here, not just someday in the future, but beginning right now." Spirit's message for you this week is this: open your heart to love, lead with gratitude, and trust that the seeds you've planted through kindness, patience, and faith are blossoming into a life filled with abundance. Sometimes the greatest miracle isn't what's coming next. It's realizing how blessed you already are. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I hope your message resonated and gave you some clarity, guidance, or encouragement for the week ahead. I'd love to know which pile you chose, so feel free to leave a comment below and let me know how your reading connected with your current situation. If you'd like a more personalized look at your unique circumstances, you can book a private reading with me at scottishsunflower.com. Don't forget to like, follow, and share if you enjoy these weekly messages. It truly helps me continue creating content and reaching more people who may need a little guidance along their path. Until next time, trust your intuition, trust the signs Spirit places before you, and remember that even when the path isn't completely clear, you are never walking it alone. Blessings, and I'll see you in the next reading.